Most philosophers spend their lives in ivory towers. Mircea Eliade, however, lived a life that felt like a bridge between ancient mysticism and modern academia. Born in Romania in 1907, he was a polymath, a novelist, a historian, and a philosopher who spoke over 8 languages. But Eliade's importance isn't just his massive bibliography, it's in his core argument that the sacred is not a stage of history we've outgrown, it is a permanent structure of the human mind. Today, we're going to look at how Eliade redefined our understanding of religion, time, and why modern life feels so empty. To understand Eliade, you have to understand his time in India. In the late 1920s, he traveled to the University of Calcutta to study Sanskrit and yoga under the great Surendranath Dasgupta. This wasn't just academic for him. He lived in Himalayan ashrams and practiced intense physical and mental disciplines. This gave him a bottom-up view of religion. He realized that for the practitioner, religion isn't a theory about God, it's a technique of ecstasy. This led to his famous work, Yoga, Immortality, and Freedom, where he argued that yoga is a way to die for the profane world and to be reborn in a state of pure, unconditioned consciousness. This rebirth motif became the heartbeat of all his later philosophy. Eliade's most famous book, The Sacred and the Profane, sets up a cosmic dualism. This is the world of the homo religious, the everyday, the mundane, the gray. In the profane world, a stone is just a stone, a tree is just lumber, time is just linear, and it's a march towards the grave. This is the realm of real reality. That's the sacred. When the sacred breaks into our world, Eliade calls it the hierophany. Think of the burning bush in the Bible. To an observer, it's a plant on fire. To Moses, it's a hierophany, a rupture in space where the infinite enters the finite. Eliade argued that ancient humans lived almost entirely in the sacred. Every act, eating, sex, building, etc. was a ritual. By contrast, modern humans have tried to desacralize the world, treating everything as mere objects to be used. In other words, materiality. If the world is a chaotic, scary place, how do you find your footing? Eliade says we create an axis mundi, or a center of the world. Every ancient city was built around a center, a temple, a palace, or a sacred pillar. This pillar connects the 3 cosmic levels: earth, heaven, and hell, the underworld. Without a center, space is homogeneous and meaningless. You are lost. By establishing a center, you create a world out of chaos, with order. Eliade noted that even modern people do this. When you move into a new house, the first thing you do is settle in and designate a specific spot as the heart of the home. We are subconsciously trying to create a sacred space so we don't feel adrift in an infinite void. Eliade coined the term the terror of history. For archaic man, history really didn't matter. If a war happened, it was just a repeat of a mythical battle between gods. This was comforting because it meant everything had a precedent and a meaning. But modern man has invented history. We believe every event is unique, linear, and unrepeatable. If every tragedy is just a random, unique event with no cosmic meaning, the weight of suffering becomes unbearable. Therefore, that is the terror, and it's a problem. The solution that Eliade offers is the eternal return, which explains that through myth and ritual, humans tried to escape the linear time of death and return to the circular time of the gods. We want to be there at the beginning, in illo tempore, at the moment of creation. Eliade argued that even the most atheist or secular modern person is still crypto-religious. He saw modern cinema going as mythic escape, similar to ancient storytelling. He saw political rallies as rituals. He even saw our obsession with New Year's resolutions as a secular version of the New Year myth, the desire to wipe the slate clean and restart the world from scratch. You can take the man out of the temple, but you can't take the temple out of the man, is one of his most famous sayings. Meaning, our modernity is just a thin veneer over an ancient myth-seeking soul. So, why does Mircea Eliade matter today? He matters because he validates the human search for meaning. He tells us that our fascination with origins, our love for story, and our need for sacred spaces aren't signs of being primitive. They are signs of being human. He reminds us that in a world of data, metrics, and linear time, we still need the sacred to keep us from drowning in the terror of history. Thank you for watching this deep dive into the world of Mircea Eliade. If you enjoyed this exploration of the sacred, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you.